Ready? Okay, yep, still for that. Hi. Hello, everyone. How are we doing tonight? Yes, I know, Bonnie. We are in, they had some weather this afternoon here too. So unfortunately, we had a little bit of rain for driving in tonight. So how is everybody though? Yes, make sure you're staying safe for sure. We just had rain, so it wasn't that bad. However, it was not fun. So I'm glad to be done driving for today. Hi, Cindy. How are you? I do have I'm going to put my chat, the other one over here, and my other tablet hooked up so I can see chats because, like Stephen and I have talked about, you can't see any more than one comment up there. So we got to go with that. There's Jeff. Hi, Annie. How are you doing? Oh, I see what that does. Oh, look what I did. I hit the button and you can see it right there in the chat. That's teeny tiny. You guys like that there? Because I can turn that off. I was trying to figure out what that was, but it wouldn't show what it was. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. And Ramola. Cindy B. Sherry. Good to see you. Margaret. Good evening. Let me know what you think of this right here. Or like for mine, it's showing it in the video and then it's also on the side with on the side of the tablet. So like if I could read that, which is like it's less than a half of an inch wide, so I can't read that on the screen. There's Kristen. Right, I can't. They're forwards, Jeff, but I mean, I can leave them on there. It doesn't matter to me. I guess it'd be great for being able to see them like on a big screen and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know, something new. Try it out. See how it goes. So how is everyone? I'm tired. We're now in the Eastern time zone. I know we've already established that since I was driving in the rain today. But we got here, we got through the rain, we are in, we're unloaded. We had dinner. The air conditioning is intermittent. We'll figure out how to turn it back on again after this is done, since it's kind of loud anyway. Oh, good. Oh, it is tiny. Does it, Cindy? So then my question is, Jeff and I watch on the TV. Does it duplicate then? Because when we watch on the TV, it's already on there and it's really big. And we can read it. Hi, Stephanie. Good to see you. That's the question. Does it duplicate when you transmit to the TV with having it on like that? That's a good question. So, that being said, hi, I'm Becky's Vintage Viking Treasures. We're on the road. Does anybody want to guess where we are? I'm pretty sure the majority of you kind of know where I'm at, since this is where my next show is. We have done next to no not even thrifting, shopping altogether since we got into Wetumpka last week. So the 10 items that were my big splurge on the way in, not until today did I find anything else. We tried to stop at 3 places today. One was the Peddlers Mall, and they are a franchise. So they are a flea market style vendor mall. And now they have 18 locations throughout Kentucky and surrounding areas, because we were started in Lexington this morning. However, it is very flea market style. There were some interesting finds. I have a few things to show you. That is where the majority of everything came from today. And then we tried to stop at another small antique mall nearby, but they had road construction. So there was no parking on the street. It was downtown, super narrow. We couldn't get in there at all other than parking like 2 blocks away, hiking uphill back to the shop. And we said, nope, we're just going to pass on that one. And then the last one we stopped at was just called Vendor Mall. And it was still kind of similar as to a lot of overstock items, clothing, children's stuff, like the Amazon kind of return bin kind of things. So we didn't find anything there either. So the first stop, and then, you get to stop at all sorts of fun places to go to the bathroom, get snacks, get gas. We stopped in Milton, West Virginia. And I was like, we're only 5 minutes from Blinko. We're already off the highway. We really need to just go over to Blinko. So we went ahead and went to Blinko this afternoon and spent half hour, 45 minutes looking around their showroom, seeing what was new, and got a few items there. So that is the entirety of my haul that I have for you guys tonight. And I bought something a little different out of the ordinary from that first vendor mall. So I've seen some other people talk about a couple companies that put these, what do you want to call them? Mystery boxes in their booth in the Kentucky Peddler malls. And we found four booths with them in it. The majority, though, all said Amazon, Target, the Walmart, those kind of returns or overstock items. But I found one booth that had a box that said, here, I'm just going to read you. Oh, I can get it. I'll read the sticker upside down. It says, Estate finds mystery box. So I got this whole box. It's got estate sale mystery items in it. So I'm going to open that with you guys. I didn't open it ahead of time. We kind of did eeny, meeny, miny, mo, shook a few boxes and picked one. So that is what we got for tonight. There's Mom popping in the chat. How are you doing tonight, Ma? So yes, I called my mom first, and I called Kristen, and I called Steven, and I said, who needs what from Blinko? Just so I don't make sure I don't forget anyone and something in particular. So, okay, that being said, Miss Kristen is in the chat tonight. She's back. Woohoo! How are you feeling, Kristen? I know you sounded pretty good on the phone when I talked to you for those quick minutes while I was at Blinko. Hopefully you're feeling better and getting maybe a little more caught up would be the hope. She will be modding in the chat tonight. And let's see. The other business end of this is I have, last week and the week before and next week and this week will all be on one invoice, a shared invoice that will share shipping, invoicing, all the things when I get home back to Colorado. So what she said, she's feeling good, but work is still coming. Yeah. It just takes a lot to catch back up again. I totally understand. So, well, you're getting it there. Getting there. Say hey to Jason for us. And with that, so yes, shared invoicing. It won't be till I get back, which I get back the end of May. So it will probably be that first week of June that things get put back combined. So no worries. Everything will be, a little bit put off in terms of payments, shipping, all that jazz for us. So, hi, Laura. How are you? I'm sorry, Laura. I didn't know, next time you might have to send me your thing. Okay. Even though I didn't call everyone personally, Mom's first on the list, just saying. And Kristen is a close second because she's our big Blinko collector in Colorado. I have a box of Blinko. Oh my God. See that? I got stuff for you guys. And you get to offer it here first to you. You guys get first dibs. Didn't get anything giant. but I did make a little video. And oh, that's what else I've been doing while I've been sitting in and chilling at night. I have been putting out a video a night, which is in the form of a short for YouTube, and the same content in the form of a reel on Instagram. I've been doing that every night since I left, so I don't even know how many in a row. I have worked my way back to August, I think now, maybe even July. In my camera roll, I'm trying to get rid of all of the video things that I've recorded and I've just sat there and I haven't done anything with. So I'm working my way backwards and getting all the things caught up on those. I have come now across a couple things that are big enough that I will need to make a full form YouTube video. So that's my thing that I've been working on as we've had some downtime in the evenings. Good. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it. So I know. Well, we were planning on stopping at Blinko. We're kind of like, well, we're kind of chasing the rain. We want to make sure we get there before it really rains too much. But then we're like, it's 5 minutes away. It's literally right around the corner from this gas station. So we had to stop. You know, Gail twisted my arm. That's what happened. Really. So there's all the things. Okay, so what I want to show you guys first is the random stuff that I picked up at the mall. Then we'll go into the mystery box and then the Blinko box for the grand finale. How does that sound? As you see, Kristen, she's a good girl, Gail. So it wasn't hard. I know, it was really hard. She's like, oh, okay, if you think we need to. So like I said, it's been hard picking lately. There's just not been a whole bunch of really like stuff jumping out at me that I'm feeling. You know, I have to kind of, I'm like, oh, I like that, this, that, the other thing. That'd be great. So this is the first thing that I found in some multiple quantities. These are wooden, little bitty wooden mushrooms that someone painted. They're $1 each. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that are painted with dots like this that are all kind of different shapes. So if anyone is interested in a dotted mushroom, it will be a mystery shape that you will get. Sorry, put them in front of the words, the new words we have. I know, that's right. Just blame it all on Gail, right? So that or if Stephen were still here, we'd blame it on him. So, and quite frankly, if we get sick, we're definitely blaming it on him. His allergies have turned into a not so awesome illness. I think something is trying to take hold of him, but we left long before and we are fine. Thank goodness. Knock on wood. And it's allergies where it started from. So hi, Sally, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. All right, Miss Deborah is going to take 4 dotted mushrooms. Deborah. 4 miscellaneous mystery shape mushrooms. They are just under a 1 inch tall. So just teeny tiny ones. And then I have, as I write that down, so she's going to claim 4. So we have 4 left. And I would definitely try and get you a different variety. I have 2 that are, oh, well, looky there. This one has a little extra paint, but I have a plain red and a plain red. So 2 of those. And hi, Geneva, good to see you. I have a plain red that is a bead. It could be made into, I don't know, a necklace, an earring, something, an ornament. Be hang from your car mirror, something fun. So I have 2 plain red and 1 bead available for $1 each as well. Mushroom with dots. Got it. Thank you, Miss Deborah. Okay, sounds good. You got it. I'm going to take a sip. Yeah, as I've been going through my camera roll, I came along across the pictures from Geneva last summer. I'm like, I know I posted those. We're good. But I think there's some other shopping around the time I was with Geneva in Wisconsin and Minnesota that is going to turn into a longer form video. So, all right. Clarification question. Deborah, do you just only want the polka dot ones, or are you interested in red, plain red as well? I guess let me know. And we'll move that over here. And I will put those back in there. Oh, okay. You got it. You got it. And I got everything that was red. I found they had some that were pink and green, and I'm like, I just really like the traditional ones. So thank you, Miss Deborah. All right, next up, I have it's like the chipboard ornaments. They're just like the real thin press board. And this one is hand painted. It is nice and themed for the patriotic holidays throughout the year. My country, 'tis of thee, of course, in gnome form, $4. I thought he was kind of cute. Got a little strip of stars and stripe fabric at the top. This is a wire hanger. I would say we are at 8, 10 inches easily right here. Pretty close to that. Long and about 4 inches wide here. His nose is a little more flesh tone than his beard, but because of the wood background, it kind of blends together from the light. So, but he could hang just about on anything. I wish they had more of these, but they only had the one. I see Miss Deborah in on him. Gnome ornament. You got it. Perfect. Now I found this little guy that's a little more fall Halloween themed. It is resin, I think. I thought at first when I picked it up that it was a ceramic, but I thought it would be good for anybody who does a little house scenes or a little fall Halloween vignette. $5 start. We have a witch and a ghost. I love the little bitty pumpkin candy. Feel like the plastic candy bucket. That's what it's called. They're out trick-or-treating. It's about 2.5 inches tall. $5 start, got that in there, and about 3.5 inches across. I believe it says made in China or what it used to have on there. But for how little it was and done in resin, I thought it was pretty good detail. If nothing else, great little item for the booth. As you know, Halloween is just around the corner. I think I just saw somebody post a video that I don't know how many days to Halloween yet. No worries, Kristen. I just want to make sure that I had said it out loud because there's a lot of times that I say it in my head and I don't speak it. Right? I betcha. A little bit. You have tons of grace. No worries here. Okay, three more things that I got at the mall. This will be a $5 start also. This is a 5x7 black and white portrait. It's from I'm going to read it right with my cheaters. The McGaufrey, GAUGFEY studio out of Richmond, Kentucky. So it's in one of those little books. Look at this. Is she not the cutest? Got the little shoes on. She's got her little outfit. Her curls, the little chubby little cheeks. It's a 5x7 in the portrait. Here is the studio right there at the bottom. What I haven't done is tried to slide it out and see if we have a name on the back. I didn't do that while we were there. Let's see. Well, it's been taped inside there. Now it just says photography by the studio in Kentucky is stamped on the back right there. I'm not seeing, so you see it's taped in there. And I'm not seeing anything across the back that has a name printed on it. It could be way in that corner, but I'm not going to untape it. So but I couldn't leave that little baby behind. Oh my goodness. Such a cute little picture in that little romper. All right, you're going over there, baby. I found a Fenton clear glass elephant. Probably would be about 40, 45 in my show, which is where I'm anticipating putting him since we're here for a Fenton show, but I can offer it to you all here starting at $30. He is the trunk up elephant. He's even got the little details from the mold of his toes. And this is where the Fenton logo is, right there in that solid piece of glass between his legs. So about, I would say 4.5 inches tall. Same about from trunk to tail. Deep and about inch and a half wide. Oh, there's still tape on his. That's why I was like, what is that? They taped the tag on his trunk, so it's just a little piece of tape left. Nice crystal clear glass. Something that I would expect to kind of see a little bit more around here since we have now passed through. We were through Williamstown today and we were staying in. Did anybody guess where we were? I don't know if I saw that. If anyone guessed where we were. We've been to, how many? We started out in Kentucky today. And then we went into, I guess it's just 3 states. Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio. And then you kind of go Ohio, West Virginia, Ohio, West Virginia. Once you're here, because you keep going across the river back and forth to these 2 cities. So, all right, this was a fun find today. I probably need to have a start. This would be, it's still sticker residue on it because they had to put 2 pieces. So it's had a sticker on the top and the bottom. I would probably put around 65 to 75 on this in my show. So I could probably start it at 55 for you all. But this is the 6-petal covered candy dish, footed covered candy dish. So again, in Ruby by Viking, there is the 6 petals. You can see how Jolly Rancher, shiny, bright colors they made for Viking. There's the petals coming up on each side of the candy dish. Excuse me. Ooh, that's the sticker they used inside. Nice and smooth inside. The 6-petal design on the knob at the top. And the sticker residue that I couldn't get off. And the top of the candy dish sits right in there, like so. That's a beautiful ruby color that they made. I haven't even seen much of this stuff as we've been looking today. So yeah, it was a great color. Great color. So those were my individual finds at the antique mall. So now I'm going to rotate. Everybody hold. Please hold. Thanks, Mom. So here's the size box we got. You can see there, 15 by 12 by 10. It is still taped shut. I didn't cheat. Still taped shut. Go push down there. But there it is, to show you that there's the mystery package. So I paid $20 for the box. So I kind of figured, let's just start everything at a $1 start as I cut my nose with my fingernail. That was fun. Just only me. I can only do these kind of things. Woo. Okay. Opening it up. Everything's a dollar start coming out of here. No clue what kind of stuff we're gonna get. Right on top. All right, we got a lot of little pieces. We have a easy to learn calligraphy set. Looks like nice and retro 70s. In the box, it is taped shut. It used to contain 2 bottles of ink, a pen holder, pens, sheets of calligraphy parchment paper, practicing paper, and instructions and an eraser. Birthday, social selling. Today's Grandma Burke's birthday. I always forget that. Wow, 104. Could you imagine? Could you just imagine? I think Steven's grandma just celebrated 99. All right, we're gonna I'm not going to open the tape on the part of the box where the graphics are. We're going slow so we can see what's in here. Okay, we have practice paper, some quills. Come on now, everybody cooperate. There's a little tip for the calligraphy pen. I don't know what that is. There's another tip. There's some ink. And here is looks like the handle. I don't know if we have any instructions in here or not. I know you're all sitting with bated breath wanting to know what's in this box. No, oh, but we have another tip right there. So 3 tips. The handle, I don't know if I'm not quite sure what that's for. An eraser. It feels like an eraser. It feels like it's gummy of some sort. The ink, which I'm sure is close to dried out by now. The practice paper, some parchment paper. Yes, no instructions. So sorry. And grandma would have been 115 yesterday. Wow. That's crazy. It's amazing living this close to the turn of the century, something I never even contemplated when I was in like high school. And obviously it was like 10 years away at that point. Oh no. It's kind of fun. All right, next up. This one is in some paper. All right. Hey, look at that. We have us a cork decanter in clear. Did you hear that? It says on the bottom L10662 D1 liquor bottle 55,369. All the letters on the bottom. So I would say what? It's got to be 12, 14 inches tall. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 12 inches tall. Kind of a fun pattern. Probably I'd be able to put like, I don't know, $8 to $10 on my booth, in my booth for something like that. It will have a little bit of weight, like it's a little close to a pound for shipping, so you know. It's actually got a good cork. You keep hearing it pop like that. And there's no seal on the inside there of the top. But kind of fun. Oh, wow. All right, Miss Deborah, you got it. Nobody comes in. It's all yours. We're going to have some deals tonight. We have no clue. I would have done more. I mean, I thought it would have been fun to do more of these boxes. However, we were, oh, gross. Ew, ew, ew. There was a dead bug and it landed on my leg. Ew. Ew. Ugh. Okay, no more dead bugs, please. I would appreciate that box. All right, you got it. Exactly. It's amazing how many changes have made over the last few years. We barely had room to get this box in the car. So Deborah got the deal of the night. $1 little handled, looks like a, what do they call it? The shot glass or a toothpick holder. It's clear glass. And if I am remembering correctly, I believe that F in the shield is federal glass. That's about 2 inches tall, give or take. Great little toothpick match holder. Next up is a amber bottle. No lid, no stopper. It is just a little bit smaller than that mug. Does it have anything? It does. It has a W in a circle with a 1, 3, 1 in amber. Again, this is, remember what canister film was about the size of? That's about how big this is. Just a little bit bigger around. So there we go. Wow. It's amazing when you start talking about those kind of birthdays and stuff. Oh, wow. Well, this is interesting. I bet you Kim would like this. Kim, are you listening? Let's see if Kim pops up. Just out of curiosity. Is she done with, or I know she has a group that she normally does on Tuesday nights. What night we're in. All right, next up, $1 choice. It's one of those little Toby mugs. It's ceramic. It's mini. It's blue. He's got his face painted, little blush cheeks, black on the buttons, his hair, eyes, and I'm wondering, do we have a city or something marked on him? Let's see. I think Steven's grandma's still driving too at 99. I cannot tell you what that says. If it says anything, it might also be in another language. But, oh, it's marked Japan, so that gives us the relative age of the item. Again, just tiny. All right. So we have Romola is coming in on the little Toby mug. And Patty Rose, are you wanting the amber jar or were you going 2 on the Toby? I guess would be the question. So then we can keep it all straight. If you are just wanting the amber, you're good. Make sure that we're all up to speed right here on your screen when you touch it and it says live with the red word and everything. Okay, yep, we got Marilyn. Yes, Amber, and 2 on the Toby. Okay, so then, okay, I got you for this because we already are on to the next item. I will write it down. So then I think she's got Patty at 2. So Marilyn and or Romola, let us know if you want to be more on the little mini Toby. Thank you, Kristen. Perfect. That, guys, putting in that keyword is really helpful, especially since I'm kind of rotating items pretty quickly with the same start price. Okay, Romola is saying Patty is out. Marilyn was in. Romola is in. Got it. Got a cute little face. A little, what do they call those collars that go up and down like that? Reminds me of a clown collar, but I think it's more one of those colonial kind of style things like a judge or something. That's what it reminds me of as well. The old English style. Counting it down. Thank you, everybody. So we have Romola in. 5 on the mini Toby mug. Perfect. Got this one and this one. Those are all accounted for. Thank you. I'm going to wait and see if there's a matching piece to that one in the box. Because you never know what you're going to find in the box. Holy cow. Like literally have no idea what I'm finding in the box. Yes, Elizabethan collar. That's what it reminds me of. Okay. Yes, the keyword is awesome. Thanks, guys. I was hoping to get close to 20 items. How many have we pulled out so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, we have a few more in here. Okay, well, we might get to close to 15. Okay, next up, I think it's a perfume bottle. The sticker says 18% crystal. It is telefloral from Japan. It's mostly a sphere style. It's got a little something in there though. I will be brave and open it. Maybe. Oh, maybe that's it. It is stuck. That is stuck in there. Thank goodness. Saved me from smelling whatever that scent is in there. But it's not going anywhere. But it's got a nice clear, this is a little sticker residue on that side. Heart-shaped stopper bottle. You might be able to. I don't know if it soaks. I have no idea. I can use as your own, for your own miles. It currently does not open. If you get it open, it will be a bonus. But 18% crystal. I would say 6 inches tall and maybe 3 inches across. About yay big. But it is a really pretty stopper. The bottle, I could take or leave, but the stopper I do love. Hearts are one of my first favorites. Okay, Romola is saying she's gonna roll the dice, take the gamble. And be in on the heart. Perfume bottle, you got it. Counting it down. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna make that call again. Kim. Say hi when you can. Another one in paper. Oh. Alrighty. That's interesting. The 2-piecer again. So get a little bit of a weight to it. Well, all right. I have another decanter. Thank you, Romola. Now the question will be, I mean, I don't think this is original, but it marries well. So this will be a $1 start decanter. I'm saying with this, we're almost 15, 16 inches tall. I believe that this is a marriage, but it goes pretty well with it. It's a clear decanter. However, we have some writing on here that I will get a little bit closer to you. So it's got panels here on the neck that are about 4 or 5 inches. That design is on the outside here. And then let's see if we can read it. It says Sunnybrook, the pure food whiskey. And it has a couple graphics. So I think this was printed on, and because it's probably been washed enough that that has come off of the glass. But the font is amazing. It says Grand Prize St. Louis 1904. So St. Louis Fair. And gold medal at St. Louis. So these little medallions here, that one, if we can get it, says gold medal from St. Louis 1904. So this whiskey won awards at the World's Fair. Grand Prize, St. Louis 1904. So it won both the gold medal and the grand prize. It does have a little dink right there. There is a crack inside the glass. I cannot feel it with my fingernail. It's not catching. but it got dropped right there. So there's the bottom of the like decanter bottle. Oh, it's etched in. That is etched in. I can feel it. I can't feel these little awards, but the whiskey, it's the name of the whiskey itself is etched in, and then the gold was put on it. So Sunnybrook, the pure food whiskey. And then it has been paired with this. It looks like a lead crystal style stopper. And it has a little rubber, this is why I know it's not originally with it. It has a little rubber gasket here. But it looks like kind of like an acorn in a way. And that says, oh, it's paired with a Waterford crystal. Oh, made in Germany stopper. All right, everyone. You're getting a bargain here. I mean, even though it's a marriage, we have Waterford crystal and a 1904 award-winning whiskey bottle. The whiskey was award-winning, probably not the bottle itself, but what a fun piece of history that has. I know that there's a lot of people who like collecting the different, what would be the word? Like the labels and stuff. But I think if you put like some colored water inside here, that would show off this label even more. So, and oh, is there a little dunk right there? Or is that dirty? It might be a little bubble right there. But this is all etched in. All the words on the front are etched, and then these were printed on. So it's a special Kentucky still. That's cool. Still in production. We were driving on the whiskey, what do they call it? In Kentucky, we were driving along the whiskey highway or whatever. So there's a whole bunch of distilleries along the way. They're the bourbon something, I don't know. Jeff would have known. So again, here is that seal. It is a sticker that says Waterford crystal, made in Germany. I don't know if there is an etch. Let's check that out. Well, you guys are deciding who. That's a pretty cool piece for coming in a random box. Oh, it is. Wow, look at that right there. Waterford etch. There you go. I mean, that's like two bonuses in one. This would be a great display for vintage labels or for kitchen or for somebody who likes whiskey. What would they call it? Ephemera, not ephemera, but memorabilia. And then you could even gift this stopper to someone with like a bottle of wine or, you know, anything. This could just go by itself. You could even use this as an ornament if you wanted to, quite frankly. How fun is that? Now the mystery box has all been worthwhile.
Yes, it has.
So
That's been fun.
yeah. I mean, how many? I think there were, I made a little video of it because I kind of did eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think there were 4 stacks of 4 and 1 stack of 3 that I picked through. And I picked up and shook or wiggled around to kind of get an idea of what was in them. And I heard a few things kind of tink around in this one. We heard like some flowers shaking around in a couple other ones. But so what, 12, 15 boxes? We picked this one? So yeah, I don't need my glasses. All right. So who we got? Everybody's still going. We got Miss Patty is in at 19. Thank you, everyone. And M is looking at it. I know Mom was in there for a little bit. Wow. We haven't had, something like this in a while. This is pretty fun. I don't know if I would have even. Oh, yeah, the stopper. I mean, you probably go Google this stopper. And I mean, even the little pendant I had a couple weeks ago was a heart-shaped Waterford pendant. And those were going for $30 to $40. So I would say this is about 6-8 ounces in and of itself. And probably the only way I would have known to really double check for that etch was that sticker. That was a great indication, obviously. Let's find it again. There it is. There's that itch. It'd make a great wedding gift, or somebody is a wine connoisseur. Or you display it as, and you get to have a great story when people come over.
Right.
So, and I didn't even cheat. I didn't open the box ahead of time or anything. So we just put it in the car and came down the road. So, all right. Yep, Miss M, I'm going to put this down so I don't lose the stopper or the bottle. I'll set it there. Let us know whether you'd like to stay in or out. I mean, she's going to be out. All right. Thank you, everyone.
That's fun.
And Patty Rose is going to have our whiskey decanter with stopper at 21. All right. Cool. What fun. Thank you, everybody. All right, I'm calling it out again. Kim, are you here? I'm not to the bottom yet. We're getting there, though. Looks like I have 4 items and a stack of patterns left. We're just going to put these up, obviously, at $1 a piece. You can tell me which one you want. We have McCall's vintage skirts. Do these have years on them or a copyright or anything to help us? I mean, they're obviously 80s-ish. Copyright 1983. Right there. And this is a size 8 on the skirt. Actually, it's really kind of cool because you're getting it right out of whiskey country as well. Patty, that's a pretty fun story. We have McCall's. Those are the off-the-shoulder pattern. Now, I'm going to assume that the pattern's in there. I cannot, I don't know if all the pieces are there. I know there's a lot of people are using the tissue from the patterns as tissue for gift bags or those scrap albums. What do they call those albums that everybody does? They're kind of like scrapbook. That word is gone out of my head. But we have tops, and that is a size 8 as well. Junk journals. There it is. I found it. I found it in my brain. That is 83 also. There, Kathy. That's right. Our psychic network is working. Everybody said it. Good job, guys. Good job. This reminds me of like a rock star. Somebody who's out there on stage jamming out on a guitar. So that's the blouse pattern, 1982. This is a size small. This is size small. They feel like they're in there. This one has a little bit of staining due to some water damage. Miss Patty, you just tell me which one you want. You just holler which one you want. I have skirt, top, rock star blouse. That's what we're going to call that one. Then I'll go on to the next one. We have Simplicity. This is more 70s, a jumpsuit style. Again, let's see the little dots on that. That is water from the water damage. The off the shoulder, you got it, Patty. This is the pattern. Perfect. You got it. Size 8. And we'll see if we can find the 1975. Right there. Is that copyright for this jumper one? Boxing. Okay. Oh, is that okay? This one's a little newer. I'm guessing 90s. See and sew. Looks like we got skirts. We have sizes petite, small, and medium. No. Which one do we have in here? Petite, small, medium. No copyright date on this one. That has a full color picture on the front of the envelope. You had that pattern? That's cool. I did some sewing back in the day. I did a lot more sewing for my kids than I did for myself because their stuff came out way better than what I made for myself. We have another 70s style. This is Simplicity, young contemporary fashion. You know, we need to have some polyester. That would be just fantastic in some poly. Oh, a wrap skirt? Well, it had a bow on it. There's a bow there. I don't think it's a wrap skirt. I think it just made a bow in the waistband from the pieces it showed there. Would have been more fun if it would have been a wrap skirt because then you can do like reversible and everything. This one actually came out of Lakeland, Florida was the shop it was from. Something Fabrics. 1976. Where's my, there it is. For that one. Now these last couple ones do not have the envelope. So I have all the pattern that hasn't been cut. And it is a McCall's. And that's got like skirts, skirt, jacket, tank, all different kind of coordinates there for that. This should be all the pieces that it makes. But unfortunately, I don't know if it'll tell us then a copyright unless I opened up the instructions quite far. So I'm guessing that is a 70s-ish one as well. Okay. All right, Patty, which you give me a keyword, we'll find it. You let me know. Ooh, this one is more 70s style, early 80s, kind of a Jessica McClintock with the poofy sleeves, the long skirts, the yoke at the top, the culottes. That would be this one, or I think I called this one jump, like a jumpsuit. So this one, 60, 61.
No.
Got it. You got it, Patty Room. I haven't seen culottes spelled in a long time. I was trying to remember that word the other day and I was not coming up with it. So there is the, let's call that a long skirt one. We'll do that all together. Carefree Patterns. And the last one, let's see if we can turn it to, I don't know if it has a page with the, oh, we're on page 3. Let me turn it around. Well, we may not have complete instructions on this one. Is that the same thing as this? This might be part of this one. Nope, different number. We have partial instructions to see and sews 58, 89, 98, goodness sakes. And there's that. Because we only have page 3 of 3. So that's the last one. I betcha. So junk journaling, tissue for what were they using it for? I have had a vendor mall in Colorado Springs. I think it's Sweet Williams. They wrap their items in the tissue from patterns as people buy stuff and go out the door. So, all right, those are the patterns. So how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not too bad. We're really close to 20 items. That's kind of cool. Okay, I have 4 left. Got a countdown. This is a light wood, like a balsa wood kind of style. Premium Dominican Republic made by hand cigar box. There's the seal. Nothing in there. Same graphics on the top. It says Premium Dominica Select on the side. I believe almost all the sides, kind of the same graphic. No year. Looks like it might have had 25 in this package. And what else was I going to see? Yep, same thing over and over and over again. They are consistent on the branding. It is approximately 8 by almost 10 by 2. So we'll just call it 8 by 9 by 2. We got Deborah in. This is for the empty cigar box. This will make up, this is lightweight for your decanter. All right. She can count that down for us. Put it right there. All your gnomes will fit in there. Perfect. Thank you, Kristen. Oh, mushrooms. Sorry. Her gnome and her mushrooms. Gail's keeping me straight over here. Okay. This is one I'd have no idea what it is. We're going to have to make up what this is. I think it's brass. What on earth? What is this? Like, it looks like it was like a knob, like off the tip of a railing, a cane, a light switch, a finial. It has some patina to it. It is not shiny. It might have had some water damage. And then it has one of those chains that you can, that like a keychain chain that is through the holes on the side. I have no idea. Yep, ball and chain, pretty much. I mean, it'd be a cute little, looks like a little cauldron. Be cute with a little Halloween fall display. We could put it on a cane. We could put it on the top of it'd be cute on a candy cane light post. I mean, goodness sakes, the uses are endless. What on earth we could do with this, I just don't know. I'm not seeing any. I don't see any markings on it. But it is it's a heavy brass knob ball on a chain. I mean, Kristen nailed it right there. So about 2 inches by about 2 inches. Kind of fun. Thank you, Deborah. I mean, what do you expect from a mystery box? A mystery piece in the mystery box. Government issue. Everyone should get one. Yes. I'm going to leave that one sit where that one went. But thank you, Kristen. Okay, we got 2 left, unless Kim is done driving. It'll be her piece will be her piece. Something I know she would like will be after this. Second to last item. It's a little skunk mug. His little face 3D coming out of the mug. It's like a pottery terracotta with a brown glaze. It is marked Japan. Now, here's what I think this is. Do you remember like the little donkey carts that have the little hooks on the side? That's where these cups hooked on the side of the donkey carts. So we either lost the cart, we lost the rest of the set, but we have one little skunk mug with a little hook handle left. It is not, now this is like a little chip right here, but it is under the glaze. You can see how shiny it is. That was glazed over. And then again, is the little Japan underneath. About 2 inches tall and about 2 inches wide. Give or take. He's got a cute little face on that coal painting that it's been put on there. All right. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Romola. And I'm going to go here. Got it. A skunk mug. Kristen needs another shot. Or another little stinker. One of the two. As Gail and I would say, he's super cute. Thank you, Kristen. All right, got it. Last item out of our mystery box. You couldn't say vintage Japan. This is a, what do they call it? Hermetically sealed jar. We do not have the rubber ring for it. It does have a metal bail at the top. There she is. Hi, Kim. Yay! You came to say hi just in time by the skin of your teeth. This is marked 14 and K on the bottom. It is a square jar. So we have 14 and K. There's the wire bail. There's not a rubber in between the lid and the jar right now. So that's gone. But we have an Atlas 4-leaf clover good luck jar. You can, Patty Rose. I think, let me count while we're doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll make them an 8 because we're missing the one big part of the instructions on that one. How's that sound? So we'll have 8. You claim 2, and I have 6 more over here. How does that sound? 8 total. Thank you. I don't know. So one of the, I'm going to tell on Kim. She's a jar collector. I don't know anything about jars. All I know is that I have not seen a 4-leaf clover good luck jar before. Let me see if we can open it, just out of curiosity. So we're going to push up here, pull down here, and here's the lid comes off. It's in good condition. There's no big chunks out of it. It's got kind of a little lip here where that sets down on. So I'm assuming at one point it would have had some sort of a rubber kind of seal, but it does sit down on top of that lip. And then that has that little notch at the top there that we're going to try and line up with the bail. I think that's what it's called. Okay, come on now. Up, up. No. Oh, because I'm trying to put the handle up there. There we go. Nice and closed. I would say we're looking at about a 3x3 on the base of the jar. This is I would guess about a quart size, and it's probably close to about 12 ounces in weight. And then I guess Kim can let us know. They are not as common. The rubber seals can be found still to marry up. Cool. All right. Do you have one of these? Just out of curiosity, but if people are listening, you don't have to tell us. Thank you, Em. Thank you, Romola. Appreciate it. You could keep all sorts of fun stuff in there. Your little leprechauns and mushrooms and things like that. Hi, Jerry. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us tonight. Brent looks smaller than a pint. Okay. Yeah, I guess. I'm basing it on, I think you could put at least 2 cups of liquid in there. So what would that be? A pint? I mix these things up all the time. It is a smaller one, but it's wide. That's why I was guessing. So there you go. I don't know what you're talking about. Pint. Okay, we'll go with a pint. Does it have that marked on there? I don't see anything else marked. I see a K, which is backwards because it's upside down, and the number 14. And then there's nothing. We have Atlas, the four-leaf clover, which has veining and some detail. The good luck. There's nothing right at the bottom. This is side 2, side 3, side 4. And so the jar is square, and then the top is round, right at that shoulder. Right here, it switches over. So no marking until later. Do you have a guesstimate on how old something like this is? I probably have another goodie here. Maybe 14 ounces? Okay. Yeah, I would say 14 to 16 ounces because something like that. Well, 16? Based on the size of drinks, I guess, you could probably fit a 16-ounce bottle of water in there-ish. That's a guess. So, all right. So Kathy's seeing some that are listed for around $30. Cool. The Mark Day size 14. Well, all right. Patty is on it. 14 ounces. Duh. Got it. Jerry is out. Thank you so much. So we have Romola in at 10, I believe. Kristen's counting her down. I know, Patty Rose. I was like, well, I don't know what 14 means. I am tired. Did I say that I'm tired? It's been a long couple days. Hi, Trisha. How are you? I'm in Ohio today. That's where we've ended up for the night. So cool. Thank you, Romola. Well, that was a successful mystery box. The only thing I have left is that little mug toothpick holder that is made by Federal Glass. If anyone wants to pick that up for $1, you can throw it in the chat, a mini mug. Well, that's fun. I'd never if I went back and got another one, I'd never get as good of a box as this one was. This was fun, guys. Especially the Waterford, the whiskey, and that good luck jar.
Right.
Oh, wow. Kim says that jar was about 1919 to 1925.
Wow.
That's like 100 years old, guys. Okay. You got it, Jerry. I'll put you down for the little mini toothpick mug. Thank you so much. My flea market Jerry, you got it. Mini mug. Perfect. Okay. Well, that's amazing. Super fun. Those are all right. See, that's what I had thought when the 13 ounce is rare because the moonshiners would break them. Ah, very good. See, we're getting knowledge bombs right and left. Cool. When I knew we were going to be able to stop at one of those peddler malls, I had seen some other channels. I believe I saw Fatbird Finds get a mystery box at one. But I think there's, excuse me, was Vintage. And all I could see from the same company that they saw were the new Amazon returns and stuff. So cool. Got it. All right, our grand finale is our Blinko box. If I can get it open. I don't, because I taped it shut. Okay, here we go. It's that tape with the strings in it. And I don't have scissors. But, okay. Phew. Got it. All right. Awesome. See what we got at Blinko. This peddler mall comes to Toledo once a year. Okay. Oh, I already got it, Steph. Thank you. My keys are in my pocket. I don't ever think of taking them out anymore. Go figure. I don't need them to start my car. They just have to be close by. So basically what I will do is I will start these pieces at what I paid for them, because the showroom at Blinko has the majority of what they have in their showroom at their visitor center is seconds, and they're a little bit less than their retail value for their first, obviously. But they have some slight imperfection that they don't consider them first quality. Exactly, Kathy. I am so used to them just staying in my pocket. We were at our Airbnb in Wetumpka, and I had taken them out of my pocket, and I walked all the way to the car, and I couldn't open the door because my keys weren't in my pocket anymore. I had to walk all the way back inside, back out to the car again. Okay, first off, I'm gonna give Kristen a little preview of what I picked for her. This is, Kristen, help me if I am saying this wrong. This is one of their new colors. Now I've totally lost the name of the teal, the blue color. This is the one I picked up for Kristen, a little kitty cat. It's a teal color. And there we go. That's the name of Cerulean. Oh, now that you've typed it, my brain's not gonna go from word to sounding it out. What she typed in the chat. I brought one for you guys. $14 start. Thank you. Cerulean. There it goes. Chemicals are really hard for me to get from seeing them in their scientific name to coming out my mouth. These are the ones that, see, it is $14. That's what I paid for it. It is marked Blinko 2025. And then there's the second mark. So things like you can compare, they're not the same thickness. So maybe there was a specific thickness they were going for. There were a few things that had like a straw mark through them, but I tried to pick a couple that had that were really good colors. So some of them were so thick that it's kind of hard to see the color through. Now, see, I see it with the light behind it, and you guys can't see that right now. But it is a very pretty, it almost looks like Jamestown blue. If you're looking at it, that would be the Fenton name for the color. But cute little sitting cat. These were, the molds are, the mold is an opening. They drop the glob of glass in there. They let gravity flatten out, smooth out the back. There is a little bit of a mark here. I'm guessing this got scuffed in the factory process. It is not coming off, but it doesn't change any of the quality of the glass. But you can still see the cat on this side. So, all right, we got M in at the 14 on the cat. I'm going to call it teal because my brain can comprehend that. Currently up, Jerry. We need to be 15 or higher on the cat. I have one available. Perfect. Thank you. I did grab one for Kristen because I know she is a cat lover. Oh, yeah. They had a very interesting purpley gray color. No, it was coming out really fast after I was saying it the other day. Heliotrope is the name of it. And we figured out by doing a little bit of Google search, helio is a purpley shade because Cambridge, excuse me, Cambridge has a helio in their opaque glass, which is like the milk glass that you can't see through. And then trope means a quality of change. And as Kristen was talking to me there, she's saying that purple changes from blue to purple to gray. There it is. That's why they have that name. The heliotrope was a changing color glass. So that was kind of fun to figure out what we were driving. So we got M in at 16. I'm going to say the teal cat. Jerry, let us know if you want to stay in or out. Yes. And depending on how thick it was, it coming in, being blown out, it looked more gray in some pieces and it looked more purple in other pieces. So it was a quite Halloween-y color too as well. I think kind of that the fall festival they had was quite the pumpkins and purples and grays and everything themed throughout that fall festival. Thank you, Jerry, for letting us know. We're at 16 for M. Lost my lid. Blinko. Got it. Thank you so much. I'm going to show you one that I'm thinking I'm going to keep for a little bit. I got the teal in the mini picture for myself for right now. I'm going to appreciate it for a little bit. And then we'll see if it comes up for sale eventually. I decided I needed to do that. So, and then the last, let's see, I guess we're going to offer these one at a time. I'm going to show you all of them. And then I'll offer them one at a time. They made this large owl in the teal, which is, where did it go? Cerulean. It's kind of got a textured finish throughout the side of it, kind of like a bookend kind of style. So they're all marked 25 with that second mark on there. They also made it in the small owl. So there's the difference in the large owl to the small owl. Same color. Also marked on the bottom, right there. You said you didn't want it, Mom. Oh my gosh. Did you see her comment? And the third one is the pair of owls. And this is in that, let's call it Amberina. I'm sure we have a Blinko name for this. Kind of goes from the orange up to that yellow. Again, it is marked here. These are probably a pound, if not more, of glass each. And no, this is a tangerine. Okay, perfect. Let's start with the big one, which is probably 1.5 pounds of glass. In the cerulean. I would say we're at about 6.5 inches by about 5 inches here, and probably widest about 2 inches. We'll start this one. Like I said, I'm going to start them at what I paid for them for you guys. $16 for the big owl. This is probably 1.5 pounds of glass. Can we see the color through it at all? Is it just coming across really dark? Oh, this is the same color. And you see some of the light through that because this one's hollow. This is the same color as that. So when you have some light coming through it, which I can't, there's nothing I can even turn on to even give us some more light. That one's Kristen's. This one's mine and apparently going to live at my mother's for a little while. And the owls. Okay. So the big owl, we have M in at $16 for the larger owl. If anybody else wants to be in, it'll be 17 or higher. again. And I don't even know like what they would have considered a flaw on this one. I'm not seeing a straw mark. This one looks pretty good to me. I'm not seeing like a bubble. The only thing I see is this little scratch like right back here. So who knows why they decided to make it a second. All right, last call. M's gonna get a Blinko group. Thank you, M. We're gonna go to the next size down then, even though it's a different color. The tangerine, owl pair, owl couple, two owls, whatever we want to make it. It was meant to be an eagle? Well, I mean, I'm calling it an owl because I just, I'm looking at it, but I'm just assuming it's an owl. But Kristen said, oh, well, they have the Mothman there. And I was like, the what? And I went, that's an owl. And I'm like, nope, they use the owl mode. She can tell us all about it. To make the Mothman bookends. Where's the second mark on this one? 16 when I paid for it. I'm not seeing the second mark on it. This might be, I don't know, this one might be doesn't have the second etched on it like the other ones do. It might be under the sticker, but there we go. Hi, Midge. Welcome in. Good to see you. This is a little bit shorter, so we'll compare again. Large, medium couple, maybe 4.5 here, about 6 to 7 here, and about an inch and a half at the base. At least a pound of glass, more than that probably. Now, not just because I can't see the second mark doesn't mean it isn't, because that's what it's supposed to be. And there's something right there, but nothing really. It's really shiny. I love the finish from the back of the glass where the gravity just even out the glass on the mold. So they didn't have all the shapes of these owls in all the colors. And I think they only had the owls in 3 colors. But I liked this one, and I liked the cerulean color. So that's what I went with. Tried to pick what I liked because I don't mind living with it for a little while if I have to. That was the plan. So, all right, Midge is out. Romola is in. M is still in. I'm going to take a little sip for the lag or the chat. They're making the owls right now and tangerine. I didn't. Okay, there's another shape. And it was like almost came to a diamond point. And I saw that one in tangerine and clear. I don't remember seeing any of them in the heliotrope. Okay, here's the other thing. When they have out in their showroom at their visitor center in their second showroom, they don't have all the colors and all the shapes and all the sizes. So they only had out what there was there today. So it's just what happened to be there when I was there. So good to know what they're making them in, though. All the colors. They do. I have it. It's the last one. It's our last owl choice. We're counting down the couple. Thank you, Romola. Thank you, Midge. Everyone that was in on our pair of owls. The owl pair going twice. We're at 27. Perfect. Last call. And then we'll have our last item of the night. Thank you. You got it, Em. Or, oh, I put on the wrong one. That would be bad. Going to M. I read it and wrote it on the wrong little sticky note. Well, let me transfer it over here. There we go. We got that fixed. Perfect. Okay, last piece is the Thrillian owl, the small one. So in comparison to the pair, he's kind of that small owl in the pair, but just by himself. This one is a $14 start. Put these down. He's not as heavy, but he's real close to a pound. And there is his marks. So you can see the second mark and then the Blinko 2025. And I did pick this one because it was a little bit thinner so you could see through the color of the glass a little bit more when you do get the light behind it. Again, this is the color that it looks like with some more light. It looks so dark. About 4 inches by 4 inches and about 2 inches across, 1.5 inches. A lot of detail with the little feet at the bottom, his little toes. Starburst around the eyes. Let's see, we had Romola in and M. I think I like this one the best, just because he's smaller. And I think when I was choosing, well, maybe it was your other one. What else did they have? They had a snail, they had an elephant,
Yeah.
and the cats and the owls, yeah. The snails were really heavy. I'm not seeing any like major. I'm thinking it's just because this is a little bit thinner, less glass with whatever they wanted it to be specifically for there not to be a second. But I'm not seeing straw marks on this one. There was one that had a big line through the corner of the top. So there were only like 3 or 4 of these ones that I was able to pick from. I think they had the most cats. They had a whole bin, like a shoebox size bin full of the cats. But this is my favorite. I mean, it is as close to teal as I have seen in a long time in some glass, and it is very pretty. Their glass is fun. And I did take some videos, so I will probably, let's see, I'll probably do the short quick for the Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo on the mystery box. And then I will try and also do the short video on the Blinko showroom tonight. So you guys can see it yourself firsthand what there was. Romola is out. Thank you, Romola. Thank you, Em. And we have a countdown, looks like. Perfect. That was the other reason why we stopped, is I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, well, I can't go back because we're going north out of Ohio when we leave, as we're not going, we won't duplicate our route until we get somewhere back around, say, the other side of Missouri, midway through Missouri, St. Louis, somewhere in there. So thank you, Em. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. I think that is the end of it for tonight. What do we have? Oh, I lied. There was a calligraphy kit left from the mystery box, just in case somebody needed that. And I guess the little Halloween little kids for trick-or-treating, little witch and ghost with the little pumpkin basket. That was the only other thing that got passed on tonight. Cool, guys. Well, for only being able to be out and picking up some special stuff today, I think we found some hits, especially the mystery box. That was really fun. I would probably do that again. you know, you got to shake them like you shake your Christmas presents. You never know what you're going to get. So, yeah, thank you, everybody. I totally appreciate it. Say thanks again to Kristen for coming back. We're so happy to have you in the chat. Kim for dropping some knowledge bombs, and everybody else who Googles for us in the chat. And yes, I heard there were some tornadoes over there by St. Louis, but we were long gone through there, so we didn't have to worry about that part. You know, for us, thank goodness for traveling. But are you taking 7? I will be going through some of Indiana. Like we're going to go up to Ohio and then come back down that way. So send me a message, Kathy. Send me a little message on the Instagram. So we start setting up our show tomorrow night. That is for the Fenton Bash here in Marietta, Ohio. The show will run Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It is at what's the name of the something clubhouse? It's right next to the pool, right next to the Marietta pool. I will probably find a thing I can post the card for that as well. And then we'll be doing a few fun things on the way home that we've got lined up of places that we want to stop along the way. So thanks everybody for joining me tonight. I appreciate it so much. Maybe we can find some more goodies while we're snooping around on our way home. Have a good night, everyone.